to be a mother. You haven't earned it. You haven't earned the right to be a mother.
And you have?
God will be my judge.
And let God sit in judgment of me too.
The boy belongs here.
I'll be doing him a favour.
This is his home.
I'm my ass.
Here.
It's a home.
You can ruin your life all you like. That's between you and God. I will not sit back and watch you ruin a boy's life.
I'm his mother, for fuck's sake.
What kind of mother are you going to be?
The plotline of the story of the miracles at Cookie's Table is twofold. The first one is about a young girl who's born under a tree, her birth tree, and when that tree gets made into a table, she follows it. Eventually that table gets passed down all the generations. The second story is a present-day story about a young man who returns for the funeral of his grandmother and must confront his estranged mother over who owns the table and who has rights to take it away.
Well, it's all here. All the blood family back to Cookie. Well, all the family we know.
My character's name is Annie, and she's in her early 50s. She's a very gutsy woman. She's very raw. She's very truthful with the things that come from her mouth. And in context to where she is in the play, her mother has passed away and she's come home to claim or stake claim to a family heirloom, and it's the table. And in doing so, she is brought together with her son that she hasn't seen for 25 years, who was raised by faith. And he's also come home to claim what he thinks is rightly his.
Hey!
Nothing I haven't seen before.
Yeah, well, you sneaked up on me.
Trav, I don't sneak in my own house.
Well, Nanny used to whistle in the morning.
Well, I ain't who.
He knows where he's from and where his home is, but he doesn't feel a sense of belonging because he was brought up by his grandmother. His mother went off and was living a life from the age when he was the age of 10. So, and he doesn't know who his father is, so he spends his whole life just masking that, and he masks it with his work.
Yes, I know. The minister has a meeting. I can meet him there. It's only 45 minutes by water taxi to the city.
Is that the Prime Minister?
Be quiet. I just have some business here to sort out first.
Tell him a landline, closing gap, and electric stove.
Shut up.
My character is Faith. She's the matriarch of the family. She's quite a strong character. Somebody who's had to, keep the family sort of unit together, or as much as she can.
Drunk, a loose woman, never settling in one place, never putting a meal on the table. You rush into your grave.
That's going to change.
And the men.
No.
All the men. What are you going to do with the boy then?
The bottom line is I couldn't cast anyone but Roxy. It's Brisbane. I would have been shunned out of town. But Roxy is amazing as an actor. She knew the role because of what we'd done previous, but we've had such a wonderful journey on this discovering a whole newness to it.
Tell him straight, Annie. Tell him you can't take him with you. Tell him now.
Where did I say I was going to take you dancing?
Top of the town. Like on the postcard.
Tell him now how he's been wasting his time.
Nathan actually was probably sitting on the bottom and he just bumped people off. Every time I'd look at one and then I'd go back and look at Nathan did, and I said, gee, there's just something about him. And it was down to the final two and Nathan just came home. I think it was because he underplayed everything, and that's what Nathan's character is. And it's very hard to underplay something in a theatre piece.
I didn't tell you.
You told me and you never told her.
It never came up.
Well, I'm going to go and get decent too. Can't be sitting around here all day with my muppy hanging out. Sorry.
Like, Leah Purcell is one of the nation's best actors, and she's working on lots of different stages with lots of different companies, and to get her to breathe life into this character was a real privilege for me, and I think that made the show really quite a powerful experience in the theatre.
She was cooking for a cattle station and doing the droves. Anyway, no sooner had she fallen pregnant and this fool falls off his horse and breaks his neck. So there she was, a widow, black and pregnant.
I think that a lot of people will get, they maybe will see things, you know, within their own lives and family, but also, you know, get a bit of an understanding too of Aboriginal history, especially, you know, where Wesley sort of, you know, placed that one. And
there's the cliche, you know, you laugh, you cry, and there's part of this story that, for me, wants people to feel all the stretch that a theatre piece can really do. It's a very visceral piece of theatre. It's very much about people in space and about bodies and storytelling, but it's also quite imaginative and got a magic realism to it as well, where things lift out and become quite metaphoric for the whole of the Aboriginal storytelling, I think, as well.
You know, it is Indigenous production and Indigenous actors, but, you know, everyone can relate to the characters, to the story, and hopefully some people will be educated by that as well, that don't understand about our culture as well.
To me, theatre is about being moved. It's not about you sitting in a chair for an hour and a half or 2 hours and going, I'm at the theatre and I'm somebody.
How'd you go on the downstairs department?
Sorry?
How's the budu? I'm your mother, I've got a right to know.
If you want to have a good laugh, if you want to be emotionally moved and experience what real theatre and good theatre is about, Cookie Tables is the one to come and see.